Hi guys, how are you?
Very
Hi.
good, thank you. Nice
Hi,
to meet
Rachel.
you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I said this to Roy, so I'll say it to you guys. I am a big cat person. Not like I love cats, but specifically big cats are my favorite animals.
Yeah.
The reason I have a cat is because I love their shoulder blades. So anything to do with cats, I'm obsessed with.
We're the same.
But with something like this, what I think is so fun to kind of look at is, do you guys, when you're looking at, the footage and you're seeing these big animals and you're doing all this stuff, do you look at it and then look at your own cats or cats that you know in real life and be like, wow, they are all the same species. They do have these same kind of interactions.
The thing that strikes me is I look at my cat and I think, wow, you are just so pathetic compared to a tiger.
That's
You know,
not fair.
you do very little to show you're as intelligent as Amber, or that you're as sentient as well, either Amber or Shankar or any of the cubs. And
She's got a bit spoilt and lazy, I think.
the thing they have in
Yes.
common is that our cat and those big cats in the jungle both sleep for about 15 hours a day.
Yeah.
So they have that in common.
But it is interesting, joking aside, you can see so much of, I mean, it's very interesting when she was watching our rushes, because we look at it on screen at home as well as in the edit suites. And she would come and get quite agitated or start making noises because we have all the sound coming through of, purring or calling. Or there's a particular scene where the cubs smell the male and they do that weird Fleming face like this, and there's weird calls.
It looked like she was mirroring it.
And she was mirroring it. So definitely we see things in our cat, although she's not quite up to, she definitely couldn't catch her own deer, that's for sure.
No, she's not quite a thoroughbred tiger.
No.
No. And I think one of the things though that I have to say that we love about cats, and I know it sounds a bit superficial, but they're just so beautiful.
Yeah.
And our cat is very pretty. But I have to say, tigers are next level pretty.
Yeah.
I don't think anything quite holds the screen like a tiger, which as a filmmaker, you're very grateful for, because, lots of animals we film, unless they're doing something, and it's always harder to film an animal doing something, unless they're doing something,
you can't hold the
hold the shot.
No.
It's just a bit boring these days because everyone's seen everything before. So you have to have stuff happening, but with a tiger, it can just be sitting there and you just go, oh God, it's a tiger. Beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, to your point about cats, my cat just disassociated and stared at his litter box all yesterday. And I was like, your ancestors were praised by gods, and I don't know what you're doing. You're staring at a litter box.
Exactly.
But I do love that you guys are bringing, a spotlight on tigers, because we only really have kind of the fictional versions we see. Like it's Raja, or I was saying, like, I'm watching The Walking Dead, so it's that tiger from The Walking Dead that Ezekiel has. But
Yes.
for you guys, when you do get to have that spotlight on tigers and people get to see how they interact with each other, what was the joy of using this technology to kind of open that door for an audience to understand these animals in particular?
Sorry. Yeah, the question. What was the
What for you guys was the excitement of using this technology so that we got
excitement?
that spotlight on tigers?
No,
Yeah.
totally. The excitement was knowing that we were filming stuff that people had never seen before. And I think so much of what we film, if I'm absolutely honest with you, on other shows, you're as you're shooting it, you know that it's not fresh, you know that it's been seen before, and you're just trying to shoot
a new perspective.
a slightly new perspective. Maybe it's from a drone, maybe it's from a slightly different camera angle, maybe it's more resolution or something. But you're aware that you're retreading old ground. Whereas I think where we scored with this film, and where I hope we're going to score with this film, is we're genuinely showing people new stuff. There's a lot of revelation in this show, often helped by the technology, because we've got remote cameras in places where there are no people, because it's a remote camera, and so the tigers are amazingly relaxed and they're doing things that they wouldn't do if a person was there. And yet, because of the technology, we're able to use full camera work. We've got like a games console, and so you've got pan and tilt and focus pulling and all those things, so that makes it look like there's a person there, but there isn't. So we've got very, very natural behavior, and just kind of equipment like these stabilized long lenses that we can drive along with, so we can film a tiger from a great distance,
but also driving along, so it can be far away but it looks close, and it can be beautifully smooth,
and when it does something, you can capture that behavior beautifully. So all the technology helped us do that, but I honestly think one of the nice things is that it helped us to catch stuff that feels like the film is full of revelation. You know, it's just new stuff. I mean, no one's ever seen tigers. I was going to say tigers on a frog's back. No one's ever seen frogs on a tiger's back before. They've certainly not seen the other. No one's ever seen, you know, tigers catching sloth bears before and gifting them to a female tiger. You know, no one's seen that moment where the mum pushes her cubs away and says, right, you're on your own. You know, all of the so many moments that have just not been captured before.
Even around the den, you know, you don't see what cubs do when mum's not there, because they normally would be terrified and would just run inside. So we actually were witnessing their personalities almost straight away. They're a couple of weeks old, and you see those personalities grow and grow because we're not right there. We're just away, and they're behaving naturally.
Yeah. I can't wait for people to get to see it. I hope that people love tigers like I do after it, if they don't already. But thank you guys so much for talking with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Lovely to meet
Have
you.
a great one. Nice meeting you guys.